Ginger, back again. February the 12th, 2017, and I'm pooped. I'm really shattered, but I still wanted to do my daily video. But more importantly, since it is day 3 of my intermittent fasting, I wanted to do a check-in, and day 3 has been a success. You'll probably notice the intro of the last few days has always seemed to be Roland's inappropriate choice of dining requirements, so today is no exception. I have a glass of Sauvignon Blanc, and this is something I bought the ingredients a couple of days ago. I've been really looking forward to this, and I just haven't had the chance to eat it yet. Cheddar cheese and salt and vinegar crisps. This is something I really got into in England. It's proper English cheddar on salt and vinegar crisps. These are English chips as well, Tyrells, I think. The combination is just so good. And then you have the super dry wine afterwards. It's just, I'm not going to lie though, I nearly didn't have this tonight. So, I will admit, I've been using intermittent fasting the worst possible way, which is to justify me eating a bunch of crap. So the first day I did it, Friday, I ate a beautiful meal that my wife made that was like steak and rice and this mozzarella salad. It was delicious. And then I made myself a burger. And then I had crackers and hummus and cheese afterwards. So it was kind of a bit of a glutton. Yesterday, we had the UFC party that we always have whenever they have a UFC fight. So I drank a ton of beer, ate a ton of wings. So again, yeah, it was a complete glutton. Today, we were looking after, some friends of ours went out on date night, so we were looking after their kids, and so we ordered Domino's pizzas. And I ate a ton of pizza as soon as I broke my fast. Pepperoni pizza, a thing of wings, a pint of beer, a couple of glasses of wine. And it's weird, I mean, this is the worst way to do intermittent fasting, because really when you do intermittent fasting you should still try and eat healthily. But the good thing is about intermittent fasting when you use it like me is it does kind of like negate the bad effects of eating junk food, because you save up all your calories and you cram them into that particular window. I will say, for the first time tonight, I ate Domino's pizza and stuff like that, and I just felt full. Like, before I made this video, I wanted to have a snack for the sake of the video, and I also really wanted to have this snack of the cheddar cheese and the salt and vinegar crisps. But I was like, you know what? I'm not hungry. I'm really not hungry. I could have gone to bed and been absolutely fine. But anyway, taking advantage of it. But that's interesting. So I'm going to measure how it goes with how hungry I get at the end of the day. Because today I definitely ate that huge meal of really junky Domino's pizza, but I was just not hungry afterwards. In fact, I felt kind of like unhealthily full for a bit afterwards, as you always do when you eat junk food. And I guess it's interesting. I didn't feel quite as bad as I would normally do, because the interesting thing is in the evenings, whatever I've been eating, I would normally have been eating anyway. I just happened to have been fasting for 20 hours beforehand. And I don't feel that same just like crappy feeling when I do it. And I normally guess that's because if you have your breakfast and then you have your lunch and then you have your dinner, if you're eating crap for dinner, you're not only eating crap, but you're also piling on top of your digesting food from the rest of the day, so it just makes everything worse. So, you know, the one advantage of fasting for 20 hours is that you start from a clean plate and you're like throwing stuff into your empty stomach, so the negative effects of eating crap are mitigated slightly. So good. But let me tell you about today. So, the reason I'm so tired is my little girl got up at 5 o'clock today. So I've been up on and off since then. Woke up, I didn't have a glass of seltzer water until about 9 o'clock. Started feeling peckish around 11 or 12, had a cup of coffee, Today was probably the roughest of the 3 days I've had from not eating, especially towards the end. I think that was because we were looking after the neighbours' kids, and I meant I wasn't really like focused on a task. I was just kind of like supervising them and checking my phone and stuff like that. And when you're not focused on a task, you tend to focus on other things. And I think we're so ingrained to think about food all the time. I was like, oh, I'm going to do with some food. And then, of course, you're making food for the kids. And again, it's like, oh, I'm going to do with some food. So today was probably the toughest of the 3 days. But I managed it. You know, did pretty well. The interesting thing about today is I went to the gym and did a good hour in the gym. Lifting weights, it was chest day. And of course I was working out in a fasted state, which is interesting. I would say I was probably a little down from where I normally am when I go into the gym after having eaten some food. I can probably lift a bit heavier. But I didn't do badly. In fact, I think I had a really good day at the gym. So that's interesting. I don't know. All in all, this just encourages me to keep moving forward with this experiment. I'm going to weigh myself on Friday, which would have meant I'd have given it an exact week. This Friday I weighed myself, I was 188.5 pounds, 24% body fat, so I'm a big chubber. We'll see how it goes on Friday this week, if I can stick to this intermittent fasting for that long. And hopefully it will be a positive thing. I really like it. I'm really enjoying it. Just the fact that I don't get tired in the daytime is brilliant. And obviously today I'm kind of like normalizing the amount of food I eat as well, because the last 2 days it's just been ridiculous. I've just gone off my fast and just stuffed my face with everything that I can possibly find, and today I felt like I was normalizing. This week I'm really going to concentrate on my macros, as in I want to make sure that I'm eating like 200 grams of protein, and I make sure that I've got enough to feed my body healthily, but I can still enjoy the junk food. We'll see. Friday is going to be the day when I'm like, is this going to work or is this not? Hopefully I'm going to have lost like a pound or so, and then we'll have found out. Alright, I've been rabbiting for 7 minutes now. I'm going to go. I'm nearly out of wine, so before I go to bed I shall have 1 glass of beer. There we go. And that will be lovely. Cheerio. I shall speak to you tomorrow. Day 4 it will be of my intermittent fasting. Back to work, so it's going to be interesting because that's going to be like the new normal, and hopefully it will continue to be a success. Cheerio.